to the studio. This is Carla, and I'm so glad that you're joining me as I do a paper pumpkin unboxing. This is our August 2024 Time for Cake kit. What I do is every month when I get my kit, I do an unboxing. I show you all the contents that's inside, and then I create one of each project. Now, Paper Pumpkin is Stampin' Up's monthly subscription kit. You get everything that you need other than possibly like a pair of scissors, and if you like using something like a take your pick tool for any of the embellishments that may be in the kit, those are nice little additions. But other than that, you get all your cardstock pieces, any cutouts and banners and embellishments, and you even get a little ink spot and an exclusive stamp set with each of the kits. Now, there are two ways that you can get Paper Pumpkin. I do have those in the description of the video. You can either do a month-to-month subscription, or you can do a prepaid. So all the information for that is in the description. So before we start by opening up this box and showing what's inside of it, I just want to do a little bit of like housekeeping stuff. Now, Paper Pumpkin, like I mentioned, it's an all-inclusive kit. So in here, you're going to get, again, everything you need to create the projects. This is perfect if you are a new paper crafter where you have everything. You don't need to have all these extra supplies. Again, you would need like a pair of scissors. And if you want to use something like a take your pick tool for the embellishments, you don't need to have it, but it's one of those great tools that's nice to use with embellishments. So everything is in the box, so it's perfect for those new crafters that, you know, don't have all these supplies on hand because everything's in here. It's also perfect for those people that like to take some crafting with them on the go, because again, everything's in the box. You don't have to do any prep work or anything like that. It's all right in here. So again, all the information about doing the month-to-month subscription or the prepaid, all that info is in the description. And if you have any questions at all, my email is there too, or you can simply comment on this video and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. So before I start, I do want to make mention about what's coming up next month. So with Paper Pumpkin kits, the date you always want to keep in mind, the 10th of each month. So this is our September kit, Autumn Abundance. The subscription period is open from August 11th through September 10th. So if this looks like a kit that you would like, you would want to subscribe by the 10th. If you are already a subscriber and this looks like a kit that you really like, and maybe you want more than one kit, you can go and you can change the quantity. If it's a kit that you're not so much in it, you can actually pause that kit, and then next month you have the option if whether you want to pause that kit or if you want to receive it. Again, anything you want to change or add or whatever it may be, you just have to make sure that you do it by the 10th of that month, okay? So for the subscription to this, you have until September 10th to subscribe. So a little bit about this kit, that's just kind of like a sneak peek image. In this kit, it'll make 9 cards, each of 3 designs. The project will include printed cards and coordinating envelopes. There are laser cut card fronts, an ephemera pack, and embellishments. The coordinating colors in this kit, Cajun Craze, which is also the little ink spot in the kit, There's crushed curry, poppy parade, pumpkin pie, very vanilla, and wild wheat. Now, one of the things that Stampin' Up! Started doing this year, they have been creating coordinating dies that will coordinate with 3 months of the kit. So, back in January, February, and March, there were the Love of Spring dies. So each one of these dies coordinated with one of those kits. Now, to make mention with these add-ons, these dies, to get them first, you have to be subscribed to Paper Pumpkin. And 2, these are while supplies last. And then lastly, these dies are great if you want to do additional projects. Maybe you want to do alternative with the kit. And these just coordinate. You do not need these dies to actually complete the projects that are in the kit. So I just wanted to put that out there. So this was for the January, February, and March kits. And then April, May, and June was the Thanks and Beyond. And then for July, August, and September is the Every Celebration dies. So on here, so before I came on, I did check online to see if these were still available, and they are at the time of me recording this video. So these are the dies here. The Hooray is what's going to coordinate with what's in here. And then for next month, it's this leaf die. Now these dies, they're not tiny dies. They're actually a nice sized die. So that's a pretty big leaf. There is a stamp that's in the July kit of the flower, and this is the die that will cut that out. So I'll put that aside. So this is an additional add-on. Again, you would need to be a subscriber to get these. Now the item number for this is 164991, and here in the US these are $12. Okay, now some other little bit of info of what's going on. So in July we started bonus days. Bonus days was you received a $5 coupon by email for every $50 that you spent in an order. So if you placed multiple orders that had increments of $50 in it, then you received a coupon code for each of those $50. So now in August, from the 1st through the 31st, you can now redeem those coupon codes towards an order. So you can use one of them, a few of them, you can use all of them. And again, this goes until August 31st. Also going on, Stampin' Up! Does have a designer series paper sale. These are packs of paper that are in our current annual catalog. Now, it's just these select packs of paper. It's not any of the specialty papers. It's not any of the papers that's in our online exclusives either. And also, close to my heart papers as well, this is stuff that you can see in the online store that's now available for everyone to purchase. It doesn't include those packs of paper. So it's 15% off, and this sale goes from August 6th through the 31st. So we're coming up to the end of August. So if you would like to take advantage of this sale, I do have a link in the description. So some of these additional mentions that I am mentioning, I do have them included in the description of the video. Now, one other thing that I do want to make mention, I also have in the description of the video, I have a lot of info in there. I do have info in there if you are not working with a current Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like a paper copy of our catalogs. This is our annual catalog that started in May of 2024 and will go through till April of 2025. And then this is our new September through December 2024 mini catalog. In this catalog, there's all like fall and also Christmas items in it. Now I cannot open this catalog yet. This catalog will go live on September 4th, and then at that point I can show it to you. But if you would like either one of these catalogs or you would like both of them, just simply send me an email with your full name and full mailing address and let me know which one, or if you want both, and then I will get them out in the mail to you. Also in the description, like I said, there's a lot of stuff. There is a link if you would like to be on my newsletter list. Every month I try to do it near the beginning, but sometimes it may be like a day or so later that I get it out, because I like to include everything that Stampin' Up! Is going to offer for the month of September. So if they have new kits coming out, I want to be able to show some images and descriptions for those kits. Any sales that they may be having, I include that in my newsletter. Also, when it comes to my videos, I do a schedule. So I do my Throwback Thursdays and I do my Friday Night Lives. I'll do my Paper Pumpkin, and if there's also a holiday in that month, I'll do a video for that too. And in the video description, I will list all of the different products that I'll be using for that particular day. And of course, anything that I have going on. There is a monthly Christmas card club that I do, and also I do a monthly in-person class. So I haven't planned out when I'm exactly doing my September class, but all of that information will be in my newsletter. So if you would like to receive my newsletter, there is a link in this description of this video that you can click on, and then you can enter your name and your email address, and then I will include you when I go to send out the newsletter. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and jump into this kit and let me show you everything that's inside of it. Okay, so let's open this up. All right, so first you'll have a color copy showing an image of all the cards or all the projects, because it may not necessarily be just cards, but you do see what the kit's going to make. And again, this makes 9 cards, 3 of each designs. On the back of it, it'll have a picture of all of the components that are in the kit, along with the coordinating colors. And then here is that add-on that I was mentioning as well. Now, in these directions, there's no words or anything, it's just pictures. So again, on the side here, there is a ruler. So if you had to cut like any twine or ribbon or anything like that, you do have a ruler there. And then on these projects, it will show you, like this one here, it'll show you all the pieces that you need for each one of the cards. And then it kind of breaks it down, shows you, what you would stamp. And then as far as your adhesive, so there's glue dots, there's glue dots and there's dimensionals. So it just basically shows you how everything is laid out. So really nice. They're all color. It's all color. So I love that. In this set, you get an exclusive, free, but you get an exclusive. It's not really free. It's part of the kit. An exclusive photopolymer stamp set. So in this kit, you also get a printout too that shows you all the images. So if you want to take these stamps and you want to file them away so you can use it for future projects, you have this artwork here that you can put with it. So that's a pretty cool thing. So with this kit, so here's the stamp set that comes with the kit. So you have your candles, balloons, Make-A-Wish, Lost Count, It's Time for Cake, Happy Birthday, and Celebrate. And then with this month's kit, they also included a free stamp set. So this stamp set is all these letters and a banner, so you can do some additional stamping in these cards. So we have some mini dimensionals. There is some rose gold twine. It does come, all the kits do come with at least one Stampin' Spot. Sometimes we may have a kit that may have 2 colors, and these colors do not repeat in a year's time. So in this kit is Night of Navy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that aside, and I'm actually going to use my full-size Night of Navy ink pad. We have some card pieces with the balloon images on it. There are some more cardstock pieces. And then we have our envelopes, and each one of these envelopes does have a printed inside to them, so that's pretty cool. I'm sorry if I'm out of the camera view. I got to pay attention and watch that I'm not too far up. So you have your coordinating envelopes, and then you have your printed card bases. So here's the one with the cake, and then we have one that has these candles on it. So it looks like it's going to be a fun fold. And then we have this background here. And then we have some label punch outs, glue dots. If you watch my videos, you may notice that I don't use the roll of glue dots that Stampin' Up! Sells, because I have so many of these sheets of glue dots from previous paper pumpkin kits. There's punch outs, or maybe these are stickers that say hooray. Now this hooray is the same hooray that's in the every celebration set of dies. So if you wanted to die cut more of these hoorays, you can do that with the die. Then we have some more tags, and then we don't want my hair in there. We don't need my hair. And then there's more punch outs with some of that rose gold foil on it. So this looks like this is going to be a really fun kit to put together. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go through each of the card kits. I'm going to punch out the pieces that I need, and then I'll be right back, and we'll start off with putting together the first card. Okay, I am back. So I separated all the pieces that I needed for each of the kits, and there are quite a bit of pieces to these. And there's also quite a few of the stamps from the set that we're using on this too. Usually some of these kits we're only using like maybe just a greeting, but on this one we're using 5 of those stamp sets in here. Okay, so I have all of my stamps mounted on blocks. Now, because I'm using multiple stamps on this, I am actually using my Stampin' Up! Blocks that are in the annual catalog rather than the block that comes with the kit. And that's just to make it go faster. Okay, so in the instructions, it has me stamping the 2 candles. And so let me put this right here. So on this piece right here, when we open it up, okay, so we have this portion here, this white portion, and I don't know if you can see it in the instructions. So it shows that on the bottom here, we're going to stamp lost count. Now with photopolymer stamp sets, in the processing of them, there is a film that is on the stamps. So if you don't get a good crisp clean stamped image with photopolymer, just simply clean them and then stamp them a couple of times and they will be fine. So I cleaned all these stamps before we started. So I'm going to ink up my lost count in the Night of Navy, and again I'm using my full-size ink pad to do this. You will have that little ink spot. So I'm going to stamp this right down here on the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to have this larger candle. Ink that up. And we're going to stamp this over here. And then this one here, I'm going to stamp this over here. And we're going to use this one again, and then the little spark from the top of the candle, we're going to ink that up as well, and we're going to stamp that right on top of our candle like so. And then it shows that we are going to, I'm going to set that aside. Then it shows that we're going to take these 3 little die cuts here, and we're going to stamp that smaller candle on these. And just try and line it up. Okay. Our second one. And what's nice with the photopolymer is that you can see exactly where you're stamping. Now also another trick, if you're having problems getting a nice clean stamped image with a photopolymer stamp set, if the cleaning doesn't work, also try using like a foam pad. So we do sell the Stampin' Pierce Mat. So this is foam, so you're giving it a little bit of cushion and you'll get a better stamped image, because our red rubber does have that foam, so it's got that cushion, whereas the photopolymers do not. Okay, so we have stamped these 3 candles, and then let's see, we've already done that. And then the Make-A-Wish, we're going to stamp that on this tag right here. Put that up. And we'll stamp that right there. Okay, so we're done with all of our stamping. So let's see how we put this all together. So it looks like on these little candles, we're going to put our dimensionals on there. And I find with these smaller dimensionals, my Take Your Pick tool works really, really well in taking these off. And so we're adding one to the top of this and right on the bottom. Move this down a little bit. And that one is poking off a little bit. So let me shift it over just a little bit so you don't see it from the front. Okay, and then so we're going to take these little candles. I'll make sure that I got these stuck down. I'm going to remove the paper backings, and we have one. Hopefully I'm in the screen here. I did move the camera up just a little bit so that way you can see everything. So we're going to place one here. Okay, and then this one is going to go right over here. And then our last one, this one is going to go right over here, like so. Okay, so we've done all the stamping, we've placed those down, we did our make a wish. Okay, so now as far as closing this, let's see if we can, now that this is already pre-scored, so interesting. We're gonna have to kind of figure out how this folds. I don't know if I'm folding it in the right direction or not, but we're soon gonna find out. Okay, so that's flat. Okay, so I'm thinking, is that the way that it goes? Our directions kind of, I think we did get it. So it will end up opening up like that. Okay, so this is another optional tool. I'm going to bring in my bone folder, and I'm just going to take these score lines and I'm just going to crease them so they're nice. They got a nice crisp crease to it. Okay, and then we'll do this one. Okay, so I think we got it. Okay, then it shows that we are going to take the cord. Now I already cut an 18-inch piece of this rose gold cord, and it looks like they have us coming around the back of it, and then we're going to tie. I'm not going to do a knot, but I'm just going to kind of just tie it like that, and then we're going to take these ends and attempt to, wow, this one's going to be a little bit of a challenge, I see. So I want to bring these through this hole here on this tag. That hole is really small too. This is the part that I think is just going to be a little bit challenging, is trying to get this through these holes. Okay, there we go. All right, so then we're going to tie a bow. And see how well I can do this while I'm filming, because things work fine when you're not filming. Okay, so it's a little bit loose, but that's okay. So then they show that on the back that we're going to add our dimensionals. So we got 2 here. Using a lot of dimensionals on this one. Okay, so we want to press these down. Okay, and then we're going to remove the paper backings. Okay, and then it shows that we are going to adhere it onto this printed piece of cardstock. And it looks like we're going to center that right on here like so. Okay, so there's the first card. So we got our little tag. So if you untie it, and of course we just got done trying to get that through that hole of that tag, then when they open it up, so they untie it and they open it up, and there's the card. A nice fun fold. So of course the ribbon is kind of wedged between those two you know, those two rows of the dimensionals, and again it's just a matter of tying it back up with the tag. So I'm not gonna fuss with that right now. I'll fix it when I'm done, and of course I'll be taking pictures for my thumbnail for this video. So there is our first project. Okay, so let me bring in all the pieces for our second card. So this one looks like it's not as detailed as the other one. This one just has two things that are stamped, and then there's just laying some layers of the cardstock down. So here's our coordinating envelope, and then I'm going to fold and burnish my card base. So on these card bases, you got the print on both the front and the back. Okay, and then they have another one of these things that looks almost like a firecracker to me, and we're using that same image with that small candle, and we're going to ink that up with our Night of Navy ink. Stamp right over it like so. Okay, that's off just a little bit. It's just at the angle that I'm looking at it, but these are really easy to line up. Okay, and then it's time for cake. That will be stamped on, it looks like Pretty in Pink. So we're going to stamp that on here like so. Okay, looks a little light. Wonder if my if maybe my stamp was just still a little bit wet from when I cleaned it before. Okay, so we have these pieces. So then it shows that we're going to take these 3 strips. So this looks like these are our cake layers, and we're going to flip these over, and it looks like these have the dark dots on it, so this is going to be our glue dots. And I'm going to add 3 of these on each one of these. Now you can also use liquid glue. You can use your Stampin' Seal as well if you want, instead of using the glue dots. Using those would make it go a little bit faster, but it all depends, you know, if you just want to relax and craft, or if you don't have it either. It's not, like I said, it's not required, but you know, if you have the supplies and you want to use it, that's not a problem. Then there is our greeting. So that has dimensional. So these little white hexagons, that is our dimensionals. So there's 3 of these on here. Okay, and I'll set that aside. Our candle has dimensionals on it. Got 2 here. Oops. Want to get it on there so you don't see it from the front when we put it down. And then I'm going to put this dimensional near the bottom. Okay, and then we have a fork. So we have a rose gold fork, and that calls for 2 dimensionals on that. Put one there, and then one down here at the base. Okay, so we'll set that all aside. All right, so for this, we're going to take our candle and we're going to place this on top of our cake like so. Okay, and then we got our cake layers. So let's see, we have, which way do these go? Let's go that way. I think that's the way it goes. I don't think it goes, well, I guess it can go either way. Well, actually, it would go that way because our flowers would be upside down in that design. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of lay this down. I'm not going to press it down yet. I just want to make sure I have it positioned in the right spot. And then I'm going to do my top first, and then I'm going to do the bottom one, and then I'll do that center one last. That way it will have like an equal distance between these layers. Okay, so we're going to put this one right here, like so. And then we got our one here with the sprinkles. Okay, and then I'm going to place this one right here, and then I'm going to move that top one up just a little bit. So this is why I didn't press it down really hard, because I wanted to be able to move it if I needed to. Okay, so there is our cake layers. So I'm going to press those down. And then we have, now these are stickers, our hooray stickers. So I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to stick this right here. Okay. And then we got our hooray for cake banner. Remove these off. And then this will go right down here. And then we have our rose gold fork. Okay, and then this will go right here on the plate, like so. Okay, so there is the second card, and it's coordinating envelope. I really love that all these different designs just kind of put together. It just really makes it gives it a different look, and I really like that. Okay, so there is our second card. So now let me pull in all the supplies for our third card. Okay, so for our final card, let me pull out all of these pieces. Make sure we got everything. Okay, so on this one, we have these punched out foiled balloons. So it has these white hexagons on it, so we're going to add our dimensionals to these. And it shows that we're putting 3 of these onto our largest balloon. And then 2 on these smaller ones. Okay. Alright, and then we'll set these aside. And then we have our greeting piece, but before we put anything on that, we do have to stamp it. So here's our little banner piece that's white, and it's got a little bit of the pink on either end of it. And then we're using the stamp that says happy birthday. And this is in script, and it's already the stamp is already curved. So we're going to ink that up, and then we're going to stamp that right into our banner like so. Okay, there we go. That's the only, oh nope, that's not the only stamping we have to do, and I forgot to pull those little stamps out. So on here there are 2 balloon stamps. So let me pull those out really quick. And then put those on blocks. And then I'm going to bring in my chamois. And I'm going to clean these. Like I said, these are new photopolymer stamps. And in the processing, there is a film on them. So I want to have a nice stamped image. Okay, and then it shows that we're going to stamp it on this panel. So this larger one with the flowers on it, we have one down here, and then another one up in this corner here, and then our smaller one, we have one down here, and then another one up here. Okay, now we have all our stamping done, so I'll close this up and set that aside. Okay, so then on our banner we're going to add 3, so we're adding 3 glue dots in the middle of this, and then we're adding a dimensional on either end of this banner. Okay, so we'll set that aside. Then on this panel that we stamped our balloons on, we're going to add our dimensionals. So we're adding one in each corner. And then we got 2 right here in the middle. Like so. Okay, so we're going to set that all aside. Press that down. We'll move our glue dots out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to fold and burnish my card base. And again, this print is on both the front and back. Okay, and our card's going to go in this direction, and then we're going to take this panel, take off our backings to our dimensionals. Okay, and then we're going to add this right in the center, like so. Okay, and then we're going to, let me move this back so you can see this as well. Then we have our larger balloon that we're going to add into the middle. Okay, so this is going to go right here in the middle. Okay, press that down. And then we have our smaller balloons. There's definitely a lot of detail in the design of these images on these cards, and the colors just seem to go well together. So this one kind of goes up here, and then this one goes up on top. Kind of move it up a little bit like so. And then we got our banner. Okay, and then this is going to go right over this like so. Okay, and we'll kind of press that down. Now there is a little bow on this with that rose gold twine, so it says to cut an 8-inch piece, but the bow looks kind of small, so instead of cutting a 8-inch piece and then wasting, you know, a whole lot of it by trimming off, you know, the long tails on it, I'm just going to tie a bow off of the spool itself. Okay, and then we're going to take a glue dot and we're going to add this to the base of this larger balloon right there. We'll remove that. Now let me get my scissors and let me trim this bow. Okay, and then we're going to take this and we're just going to stick that knot right into that glue dot. Okay, so there is the third card. So let me move this out of the way. Let me show you the third card. I think that rose gold foil really makes the cards pop, and these colors just really look like they just work very well together. Okay, and then there's the envelope to that excuse me, to that one. And let me bring in the other cards that I made, and minus the backing to that dimensional. So here's our second card with the cake, and we used a sticker and we just layered all these nice colorful pieces to it. And then here's our third card, which is our fun fold. I did tie this back on there, and so you just untie it and then you can pull the card out. And I think that's a really interesting and a really cool fun fold. I really like that. I may take that idea and create a card using that fun fold. So here are the projects that are from the August Time for Cake paper pumpkin kit. If you are a subscriber, there are times that they will come out with refills, and sometimes when they do, those refills could sell out quickly. So if you are a current paper pumpkin subscriber and you have subscribed to this particular kit and you would like the refill, the refills will give you all the paper pieces and the twine that you would need. Now, it would not include another ink spot or the stamps, just like these consumable items that you see on the cards here. Usually about a week or so, or a week and a half. Don't quote me, because I guess sometimes it can change. These refills become available, so keep an eye out in the online store under paper pumpkin, and then under like the kits refills and add-ons, I believe is what the title of it is. So I will be back next month when I receive the Autumn Abundance kit, and we'll have some fun doing some fall projects. So this is Autumn Abundance, and again, if you would like this kit, subscribe by August, but no, not August, I'm sorry, back that up, September 10th. If you are subscribed, then this isn't your cup of tea, then go out there and you can pause it, and just remember it's going to start back up then come October, okay? And from there, yes, I think that's all I got. Again, I did mention quite a bit of housekeeping stuff at the beginning of the video, so if you kind of joined late, be sure to, well, it's not alive, I'm sorry. It's not alive, so you wouldn't have missed it because you are watching this from the beginning. So Never mind. It's been a long day. I apologize, guys. So until next month, everyone, stay cool. If you are living in areas where it's just really hot from the summer, and if you're in areas where it's cool, oh, I envy you. Then stay warm. But above all, everybody, stay safe and stay blessed. I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.